Hear me out, fam. Hear me out. You know what's gonna give you an advantage in life is understanding when you're in a relationship, whether it's an intimate relationship, business relationship, or anybody. If you get to really know the person and how they were raised, that's always gonna give you an advantage. Because there are people raised on love and there are people raised on survival. Hear me out. The person raised on survival, those are the people that sometimes become narcissists. Like they get abused when they're young. Some of them get SA'd. Some of them, like they're raised with parents that didn't give a crap about them, that used to leave them home with the grandparents, the uncles, the cousins, and they were out in the streets. So these people were raised on survival. They don't trust anybody. Then they hit the streets at an early age, whether it's selling stuff, whether it's selling their body. And they do all these things because they're raised on survival. They don't know love, right? So what happens with these individuals is when they meet somebody raised from love, which is somebody that had two parents, the two parents cared for them, the two parents put them through school. Many things happen with this person that was raised on survival. Number one, the person raised on survival needs to wear a mask. That's what narcissists do, because they know they need to wear a mask to be accepted by this person. Number two, another thing that can happen is that the person out of survival doesn't really trust the person raised in love, because since they don't trust anybody, because life has taught them that you can't. We live in survival mode and it's eat dog eat dog world. They look at the person raised from love, which is many times an empath. They looked at that person as that person's conning me. There's no way this person could be this good. They're up to something. So I don't trust them. You understand what I'm saying? So that happens many times. And if you were raised out of love or survival, you need to understand this. Because many times then these two clash. Because this one will do this one dirty. And this was like this, the one that was born out of survival just looks at it as, you should have known better. This is the world we live in. You're the dumb one for trusting me. Like, this is like, how can you be so naive? And then this one is always looking for closure and answer. Like, how can you do this to me? Because you were born out of love. You're a genuine human being. So when somebody acts this way, you don't understand it. You're like, there's no way people could be this evil. But this is something that you as a human being should know, whether you come from survival or whether you come from love. It'll make you understand people better. There are people that come from love that met these human beings that are in survival mode, whether they're just mean people or they're just, even if they change in the future, they realize because they come from the wrong background or something, even if they change in the future, or even if they're narcissists, these people always want closure from these people. And if these people out of love know how these people operate, you wouldn't be looking for any closure. You would understand how life is, and it'll be easier for you to forgive these people. I'm not saying forgive them and bring them back into your life, but it'll be easier for you to say stuff like, nah, I understand this person is different. I just need to be away from this person. That's why these people do very well with other people that come from survival. You know what I'm saying? They just work better because it's like, they're not doing anybody. They both are on guard with each other. They both dirty to each other. They're both mean to each other. That's why they fight many couples, and then you see them get back together, and you see that they're just a crazy couple. They love each other. They playing each other, and everybody's like, oh, they got a crazy relationship. They do well with these people. And the people that come from love, it's always good that if you ever go on a date with somebody or if you have a friend, understand how that person grew up. Don't rush into a relationship because the sex was good. Understand if this person had two parents. If this is something that you should do when you go out on a date with somebody. Understand how their parents were before you rush into a relationship, because many of you don't. And this happened to me before. I got with a narcissistic person that when we went on a date, she used to talk to me about how her upbringing was so bad, and her father was this to her. And that should have been enough for me to be like, this is not where I want to be, because it's not that I'm going to just judge this person because of this, but I need to understand that if I do go forward with this, I need to understand that this is possible because this person doesn't come from love. They come from having to be on survival mode at all times. You know what I mean? So, and that's something that you should do that will give you an advantage in life too, because many times we don't. So once you understand that with people, even your friends, if you look back at many times friends that did you dirty, that robbed you or slept with somebody or your girl or your boyfriend, or intimate partners that did you dirty, that cheated on you and left, or they were narcs and they didn't care about you, like they just discarded you. When you look back at how they were brought up, you tell yourself, oh my goodness, that's how they come from survival. They never had two loving parents that were there for them from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had two parents growing up. Now, I don't get along with my father like that, like, but my father was there financially, and he never SA'd. You know, yeah, he probably put his hands on me, you know, Dominican old school style, but he was there financially. He was there to put that fear in me so I don't join gangs. You know what I mean? To be a father, to be a presence in my life. So I come from two parents. You know what I'm saying? So I come from love. You know what I mean? And then like it might not be the best love, you know, tough love, but I come from love, as opposed to people who don't come from love. So many times the people that don't come from love were the ones that ended up doing me dirty. There was never a time when people that came from two loving parents did me dirty. And if they did, it was just a mistake. We worked it out. We both had, oh, I'm sorry, we're cool. You know what I mean? Something like that. But this is something very important in life. Whenever you meet somebody in the future, you got to understand where you come from. Many times you yourself watching this video, you don't come from love. So by hearing me say this, you now understand the person that does come from love. Because many times the people that don't come from love look at those people as weak. They're naive. How are they being so good to people in the world when everybody's just bad? Like, what is wrong with you? Now you can understand, now these people are actually genuine. And it's no wonder every time I do those people dirty, bad things happens to me. Because those people are being good to me. But now I understand them better. They actually come from love. Because a lot of times too, the people that don't come from love, that come from survival, and they see the people that do come from love, they get into this relationship already kind of resenting this one that comes from love, because they're a little bit jealous. Like, how come you had good parents? Oh, and you went to trips and you went to Six Flags growing up and they took you on trips, and now you think you're better than me. So the person from love, if they're aware of this for future references, it's easier for them to navigate in life. Because now when they meet this person, they know how to treat them. Like, instead of, hey, let me just rush into the relationship because I want to fix this person. Nah, you understand that these people are different. And once you go into it with that mentality, it's easier for you to navigate. You know what I mean? And not be so torn apart when they end up doing you dirty. You understand what I'm saying? So be aware that there's a difference. And you're never going to understand each other unless you hear what I'm telling you now. Because the person from love is always going to look at this person. How can you be so mean? Like, give me an answer. What was the reason? What did I do for you to hurt me? No, it's just that they come from survival mode. So they did anything they had to do. They just saw somebody better, more attractive, or more money. And they feel like they need to go with that person because they're on survival. They don't care that they broke your heart and left you for everything you did to them. They're just on survival mode. They're going to go for what's best for them at the moment. And then that's why some of them even come back, because once that dies, it's like they're on survival mode. Please take me back. I'm sorry. And you forgive them because they know you're weak. They know that you, not weak, but they know that you come from love. So you actually know how to forgive if you hear my side of the story or whatever story I tell you. You understand what I'm saying? So if you understand that, it's easier for you to navigate through life. You understand? So this person that comes from love just needs to be aware of these things. Not saying that they're weak, because that's how this person looks at them, but this person needs to be strong on some, I see who you are, I'm going to show you love, I'm going to forgive you, but I'm going to keep you to a distance. I can't bring you close to me because you're never going to be genuine. You're who you are, and I'm not going to hate you for it. I'm not going to hate you for it. I'm not going to judge you for it. I'm just going to understand where you are and keep you at a distance. So whenever you go into a date for future references, please, I know that people, but you shouldn't ask about parents and upbringing. You should. You should, or at least don't rush into any relationship till you understand how they were brought up. And that'll save you a lot of headaches in the future. Later, y'all.